An area for myself if a stay-at-home wife is Tanis Fallon Studio. Today is Sunday, 8 February 2026, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, ruminate about what an area focus of studio might mean if I were a stay-at-home wife and my name was Tanis Fallon. Yes. Do I wear my Seahawks jersey? Super Bowl Sunday, Seattle Seahawks are playing, and I'm Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle. I did two videos yesterday with this, and the day before one video, and then it's Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm like, I got at least to try to remember to wear this in all my videos of the day. I'm like, that's like a wave, you know. Okay, and depending on how many videos I make. So it's like, it could be themed where I could wear certain things. So this is Broaching Soulmate Residence in the studio. Okay, like this is currently my studio, so I'm already manifesting it in some small way. So this is Broaching Soulmate Residency / ruminating about surnames, and this is where Fallon comes from, my Jimmy Fallon, so it would be TF, Tanis Fallon. I tried and became a Fallon, TF. Okay. Is that too long? Okay, so what my focus would be work on my definition of studio and developing my own studio and contextualizing it in terms of the meaning and usage of the term in other contexts as well. So actually making a studio like a dedicated focus. It's kind of like what the word different. I on this channel have come to kind of I have more than one definition or sense that I use the word different for. However, I've really come into that through my YouTubing. It's the usage of the word different with more than one meaning. So it's by living it and focusing on a studio, coming to be like, well, studio means this in this context, but what does it mean somewhere else? And how is that different? And then making sure to kind of reinforce my own studio concept through being cognizant and mindful of not confusing it with the meaning of studio for different contexts. I'm making that boundary clear by even defining it if need be. All right, thinking this through, this is something I've brought up and kind of worked through on some level this week. If I go to prison for killing my rapist and it was done in self-defense, they come back later and I get to serve it. So if I go to prison, serve my time and get released, perhaps I make a shrine in my studio to my favorite USP Alcatraz inmate, Alvin Creepy Carpus. Yes, there's the reason why I would be going to prison for that particular reason. There was a progression there, and Alvin Creepy Carpus did factor in some of the inmates that I've mentioned previously that I adore. USP Alcatraz, so United States Penitentiary Alcatraz, which is was a prison on a rock in the San Francisco Bay, which I lived in the San Francisco Bay area for over 4.00 consecutive years, full-time. And so Alvin Creepy Carpus is somebody who really, he's my favorite inmate for USP Alcatraz, and was when I initially went to Alcatraz back in 2014 and still is. And so making kind of a shrine of if I go, or I got through because of a model prison citizen, so to speak. And so he's my get it through man. I get through man in terms of prison inmates I idolize. Okay. And then I said Al Capone makes the shrine if I serve in the Norwegian army after my release. So I go to prison, serve my time, get released, and then get drafted into the Norwegian army, something like that. Go after that family legacy of my granddad. My mom's dad was a sniper, foot soldier type sniper over in the Philippines during the Vietnam War. So go that path. So that sounds about right. My god Hades breaking the monopoly of my rapist on being the only person I have killed. If I go to prison and serve my time, my god Hades is kind. If I go to prison, serve my time, get released, get drafted into the Norwegian army, become a sniper, that kind of progression, my god Hades is both kind and good. All right, to actually allow for me to see through just annihilating that thing I didn't want to happen, the rape, from my life story. Not necessarily like that. I'm not. I'm okay. These are very controlled settings, so I'm not promoting doing something in a non-controlled setting. I'm saying I'm accepting that prison pathway if need be. Right. With hand gesturing, it's not meant to like be harmful to anybody. Just I'm saying my god, Hades would be kind and good if it went that way. But taking that, it can experience, and especially, you know, being in the army, right? There's time deployed and then time back when you could even work on the shrines to the prison inmates while serving time in the military. There we go. So that's an area for myself if a stay-at-home wife is Tanis Fallon Studio.